well, people don't want to remove this Eiffel Tower, and finally, we have this. This is all today the symbol of France. Like what you see, the concept of the video will be very simple. We will walk, and I will talk, and sometimes I will say nothing, just appreciate the landscape. Okay, if you don't know some information about Paris, Paris is more than 10 million people who living here. This is the economic center of France. If you don't know, one third of the GDP, gross domestic product, in France we say P product interior brut, PIB, but this is a challenge for me to speak in English because sometimes I reflect and you can guess it. I'm not fluent, right? And this is the Eiffel Tower, and is 30, 33% of the GDP is created by Paris and the area in France. If you come, in France and you're from abroad, honestly, I really recommend you to live in Paris. Paris, this is the place to be for people who want to live in for people who want to live in France. This is 30. What I repeat, 33% of the GDP, and there is a huge economic opportunity there in Paris. And what you see that Eiffel Tower close. This is the Troncadero. If you don't know the story about that, during the Second War, okay, between France and Germany, uh, the Nazi army of the Germany, they wanted to destroy this Eiffel Tower and this monument, and also other monuments like Arc of Triomphe. They wanted to destroy, but the chef, Hitler, say, "Oh, this city is magic. This city is wow. I don't want to destroy that." And finally, that's why we still have this monument. And there is a reason for why France it's the most touristic country not only in Europe but the most touristic country in the world. Okay? The reason it's about the story. It's historic. When you come here in Paris, this is like a movie. Like you feel you feel the story. You feel it's historic. You feel it's everything it's old. You can if I walk in the center of Paris, I can find some shop. It's more older than some country. For example, the shop is I think the coffee is like pre-cups, and this coffee pre-cups it's more older than United States. It's a very old coffee. It's founded in 1686. 1686. It's more older than United States. That's impressive. And we will walk along the scene, the river, and we will see what's going on. This is honestly the most touristic place. There is a lot of people, and especially for people who want to visit Paris, the Eiffel Tower, and so on. You must be careful because some people are the tourists, but some people are also fake tourists, like pickpocket, and that's why you must be careful about everyone. Should to cross the street like this, and I don't know if I will along the river like this because that's the most important point, and we can see. I don't know if you can see it's hidden by the tree. Yeah, it's hidden by the tree. We will see. We will see about. And what I want to say. You can guess it. It's my first video. It's like very amateur, no professional. Yeah, you see it. That's the Eiffel Tower, most touristic, and some people sold some item. Okay, and walk and walk. Eiffel Tower. I don't want to make a long video, just a few short video to talking about France, the advantage for people who want to living in France. I don't know how to downstairs there because I want it. I want to downstairs by this way, and like that you have a good view of the Eiffel Tower. I think this spot nobody nobody knows this spot, but we have a good view of the Eiffel Tower, right? Look, that's good. You are alone. You are close to the river, La Seine, La Seine, and this kind of boat we talk about le bateau mouche. Le bateau mouche. Yeah, I'm French. Huh? Oh, nice. That's great. I love it. I don't know how many costs for to be on the top of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know the price, but if you are interested about that, you can look. You can go on Google. Google is your best friend. Oh, that's nice to be here. Paris and Paris, 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 Paris. I like Paris. I like Paris. For people who don't know who I am, because I can present myself a little bit, I'm a French native speaker. I rising in France. I grew up in France, but I from the south of France. Uh, the majority of French people who from the south normally normally they don't like Parisian people. Parisian people have the reputation to be arrogant, but this is not true. Honestly, some Parisian people, it's 50-50. Some Parisian people can be arrogant, but most of them, they are really nice. Especially Parisian people who live in the center of Paris. If you live in Paris, in the center of Paris, but not touristic area like Eiffel Tower, like Arc of Triomphe, this is a really really touristic area, and that's why the residents who living there, I think some of them they are arrogant. But if you live in Paris, for example, not touristic area, the Parisian people are really cool and really friendly, like the French. Uh, that's why uh, French, we have this reputation to be arrogant, but honestly, this is not true. Okay, because the majority of people who visit France, they visit only Paris. They don't visit. They never go. They never visit, for example, Nice or Marseille, or for example Toulouse or another place in France. And if you come in France for your first time and you have time and you have money, because this is France is expensive. Huh? It's not cheap. Huh? This is not Bali. This is not Southeast Asia. You know, this is not like Thailand. This is not cheap. If you want to visit the country, you need to have money. Of course, if you come in France for your first time, of course, I recommend you to come here to visit the Eiffel Tower, to visit Arc of Triomphe, to visit Champs-Élysées. This is the place to be, Paris, right? But after that, I, I recommend you to visit the French California. Do you know who is the French California? The French California is the southwest coast of France. It's Biarritz, Bidart, and also around Bordeaux. Bordeaux, it's famous about the red wine, and this place is cool. And the best area in France, by my opinion, this is the southeast coast. It's between Saint-Tropez to Nice, and Tunis. When I say Tunis, is Tunis, Nice, not Tunis in Tunisia. If you have the reference, because I remember two American tourists, they took a plane for Tunisia, for Tunis. Oh no, no, I'm mocked. This is not good. Oh. Even if I don't have some viewers, I will keep going to make some video on YouTube. It's very fun just to walk and talk. For English native speaker, I think they will they will thinking about, but this guy he don't speak a good English. This French, the majority of French people, we don't have a good English. We try to have a good English, but we don't speak a good English like, for example, like Netherlands. People who from Netherlands, okay, they talk fluently in English, but not French. But in France as well, for men, this is for men. We have a reputation to have Paris is the fashion city. Everyone dress well here. You can see me, just the cloth. Okay, it's like this is a trench. It's like French, very very French. And there is a bridge. There is a nice view. Just I will climb up. I will just filming a little bit. I don't know. I think this is le pont des Amoureuses. Huh? It looks like the you can see the lockers here. Everyone they catch lockers. It's a lockers, and every couple put the lockers here for it's like a superstition I think. Huh? The people put the lockers here, and they say, "Oh, I love you," blah blah blah. For a couple, this is the city of love, and this is Paris, guys. This is Paris, and I will show you another things. Um, there is people who sell some things, and look, like this, you can see the lockers, and this is really famous. You know everything about Paris. We Paris is the city of love, the city of magic. Everything is magic here, and that's why um, people have this repetition. But I think if people put the lockers, they put the lockers over there. Oh my god, that's cute. That's cute. That's cute. They put the lockers over there. They put the lockers everywhere. And this is like how works the bridge. This is a really bridge like the city of love. You can see Juliet. I see the name. I'm yeah, the superstition of Paris. That's the superstition of Paris. And look, the style of this man. It's like huge, great, and yeah, we have a good feeling. It's okay, it's good. Yeah, but that's great. And especially when you visit some touristic place, don't lose your time too much because there is a lot of scammer. You must to know that. For me, I'm a friend, and that's why if some people intercept me and say, hey, I have this to selling you, I know this is a scam. Just close to the tourist place. Most of the time, 80%. This is a Pareto law, 80-20. 20% can be good, but the 80% is not good. It's like scam and some things like that. That's why don't lose your time close to the touristic place and don't buy anything close to the touristic place. And today we will walk and and like that you discover Paris. I will cut, and I will filming again when we will be close to Jardin de Luxembourg, because the Garden of Luxembourg is very very special, beautiful, and I really recommend you to visit this place in Paris as well. And there is a lot of things to do honestly in Paris. Huh? The Museum of Louvre, the Castle of Versailles. Versailles, a lot. Versailles is not really in Paris, it's the suburb of Paris. But yeah, there is a lot of things to do, and this country is really really beautiful. I forget one thing. Maybe I cannot cut like this, but in France we have good food. This is 3 positive points. 3 positive points, 3 negative points. 3 positive points. We have a good food. Number one. Number two. This is the landscape, the scenery. France, it's a small country, but small country with everything. You go to Paris, you have the historic. You go to the center of France, the Chateau de Chambord, like the Castle of Chambord, is like magnificent. You can go to the south, close to the sea, Calanque of Marseille, and so on, Nice, and so on. Can go to the south west coast. It's like French California and Biarritz. It's beautiful as well. It's small country, but a lot of things to do. Landscape, scenery, food, and another point, positive point, because this is important about the food. For example, I think honestly, I'm a French, but I'm totally honest. I think with Italy, France is maybe the best country in Europe about the food. France, Italy, and Greece. This is the top three for me in Europe when we're talking about food. You can go everywhere in France, any store. Can go. The store is the name is like Carrefour, Auchan, and so on. And any store, if you take, for example, some biscuit, chocolate biscuit, whatever the branding, the biscuit will be good. If you do the same in Australia, in New Zealand, the biscuit is not good. It's more expensive and less tasty, right? But in France, not. We have good food, and that's why not talking not only about the biscuit, but about everything. And also another point, I know when I say I'm French, some people think all French guys we eating frogs. This is not true. Some French people eating wings of frogs. Not all the frogs, wings of frogs, but not me. For example, in the majority of French people that I know, they never eaten frogs, and that's why we have this reputation. Also, we have the reputation to smelling bad. That's why we perfume a lot. This is not true. We washing every day. We take a shower every day. That's why this reputation is not true as well. I try to reflect another advantage for France. I forget. I talk about food. I talk about scenery. I will keep going like this or not. Talk. I will keep pushing. I will take this direction. Okay. I will do the cut now, and see you just for the Garden of Luxembourg. Here we are, Garden of Luxembourg, and this is the end of this video because I have a low battery. Make money.